Before you scroll, just pause for a moment and be honest with yourself. Lately it feels like God is silent, like your prayers are not being answered, like you are talking but no one is responding. And that silence can be one of the hardest things to go through. Because you are not just dealing with your problems, you are also dealing with the feeling that maybe you are alone in them. And you start asking questions you never thought. You would ask, where is God? Why is he not helping me? Did I do something wrong? And slowly, doubt starts to grow in your heart. Not because you want it to, but because you don't understand what's happening. And I need you to hear this carefully. God's silence does not mean his absence. Just because you cannot hear him does not mean he has left you. Because some of the most important work God does happens in silence, not in noise, not in visible miracles, but in quiet, unseen ways that you don't recognize until later. And I know that is difficult to accept because we want signs, we want quick answers, we want immediate change. But God is not always loud. Sometimes he is still, sometimes he is working in ways that do not make sense right now, but will make perfect sense later. And maybe right now you feel like nothing is changing, like you are stuck in the same situation, the same pain, the same uncertainty. But what if something is changing inside you? What if your strength is growing? Your patience is being built. Your faith is being tested. Because faith is not proven when everything is going well. Faith is proven in silence. When you keep believing even when you don't see anything. When you keep going even when you don't feel anything. And I know you are tired. I know there are nights where you lay awake thinking about everything. Wondering how long this will last. Wondering if things will ever get better. And in those moments, it feels like God is far away. But he is not. He is closer than you think, closer than your thoughts, closer than your fears, even when you cannot feel him. He is there, watching, guiding, protecting you in ways you don't even realize. And there are things God has protected you from that you will never know about. Doors he closed that would have led to pain, paths he blocked that would have hurt you, and while you are asking, why is nothing happening? God is saying, I am keeping you safe. And sometimes protection looks like delay. Sometimes love looks like silence. Sometimes guidance looks like confusion. Because if everything was clear all the time, you would not need faith. And faith is what connects you to God, not certainty, not control, but trust. Trusting even when you don't understand. Trusting even when things are unclear. And I know that is hard, especially when life feels heavy, when problems keep coming, when answers don't, but silence does not last forever. Seasons change, things shift. And what feels permanent right now is temporary, even if it does not feel that way. And one day, this silence will break. One day you will see the results. One day you will understand why things happened the way they did. And when that day comes, you will realize that God was never ignoring you. He was preparing you, strengthening you, guiding you through a process that you could not skip. And maybe right now, your only job is to hold on. Not to have all the answers, not to fix everything, but just to hold on. To keep your faith, to keep your heart open, to not let the silence convince you that you are alone, because you are not, and you never have been. And even in your lowest moments, even when you felt like giving up, even when you felt like no one understands you, God was there, quietly holding you together, even when you were falling apart. And I want you to remember this. Just because you don't see movement does not mean there is no progress. Just because you don't hear God does not mean he is not speaking. Sometimes He is speaking through your situation, through your growth, through the strength you are building right now. And maybe this moment, this message is part of that. A reminder that you are not alone, that your story is not over, that this silence is not the end. It is a chapter, and chapters change, seasons change. Your life will hang, but you have to stay. You have to keep going. You have to keep believing even when it's quiet, because God is still there, even in the silence, and He has not left you.